today we're here to talk about mostly Lady Gaga, but more broadly, I guess, diva worship in the queer community. The school I went to was quite homogenous. Like, it was very white and very straight and very conservative in a way. I didn't find myself resonating or relating to the guys at my school. So for me, I guess, not only just Lady Gaga, but seeing like kind of, well, like her, these powerful women like musicians, actresses or whatever. I know obviously I identified as male, but seeing something about these like powerful women killing it really just made me feel inspired. I'm like, I don't resonate with like the macho kind of guys in the media, but like seeing her, I'm like, yes, she's killing it. Like, I want to be like her, kind of. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
100%.
and see, my problem is that like I was gay forever, and then I started loving these like female artists, and I was like, oh, like maybe I'm like a bit like straighter than I thought, because I thought like perhaps that I wanted to like, you know, touch them in a sexual manner, but turns out, yes, I just wanted to be them. Like, when I sat down again and I was like, oh, I like their hair, I like their makeup, I like their clothes, like, oh, hello, honey. Like,
it's true. Like, even before Gaga, I had like, I used to put posters from TV hits or whatever it was on my wall, and it was like one of Ashanti in a swimsuit. And I think my parents were thinking, oh, he's like going through puberty really early, but it was not that. Ashanti just brought out some bops, and she's very underrated.
Oh, Ashanti is 100% underrated.
underrated.
She's still killing it on Instagram, by the way. Another person that's killing it on Instagram. I was just like, I've just been an ally, a very, very strong ally my entire life.
Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, favorite movie, Rocky Horror, favorite movie.
100%.
Well, then I'm curious actually with you in particular. So like, after you discovered your sexuality, in retrospect, like, obviously Lady Gaga in particular has very much spoken out about like LGBTI rights. She's queer herself. Her music very much embodies that too. Looking back, does it make you think differently about how much you were into it, like, or are into it? Like, that has, like, even if it kind of was subtle, did it play a role in a way?
Oh, totally. That was actually the one thing that I know that I took away from her when I was straight was her allyship and her work in the community and just her being a voice for people, because I looked at that and I was like, wow, I want to do the same thing. Like, why am I not using my voice to stand up for my friends and stuff like that? So I was always very fiercely into, her social work. What's the word for
Activism.
it? Activism, social activism.
Yeah. Were you out in high school? Can I ask?
Yeah.
Okay, so like, because I guess for me in high school, like, I wasn't.
Oh, right.
Even though I listened to Lady Gaga religiously, I felt that almost by listening to her, it would out myself. All these like really blokey straight guys are going to be like, oh, he's listening to Lady Gaga, like, whatever.
Oh, that's so sad.
So I listened to it mostly just by myself. It was like a me thing. It was like for me and Lady Gaga. It wasn't like a thing.
That's so sweet though. I'm glad she was there for you.
Well, that's the thing. That's what I very much was like that. And I actually remember I used to have one of my old phones. I had secretly like Lady Gaga, Jessica Simpson, Ashanti, that kind of stuff on my phone, right? And in one class, I don't know how it happened, but I was sitting in my classroom and all of a sudden I heard the opening bars of A Public Affair from Jessica Simpson across the room. And I was like, oh, who else is listening to this bop? And then I look over and so one of the popular kids had taken my phone and were playing it out loud to make fun of me. But you know what? Can I just say, sorry, the reason I'm bringing this up is because it didn't actually bother me that much, because I knew that like, even with those people aside, like that music really connected. Like it really like actually made me feel comfortable in myself separately from.
Totally.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
It is.
Sorry to be all traumatic.
No,
but like, that was,
I love that. Like,
Jessica Simpson did that for you too. Like, bless her, she's done much else. Oh no,
I feel like this is like a half shady show about like, oh yeah, where are they now? Like, what are they doing? In terms of her activism, obviously she's spoken out. Even more so, I would say, than other like pop divas. Like Cher is obviously very pro-gay, Britney, all of them. But like Lady Gaga's really put her money where her mouth is.
Yeah, she goes to rallies, she's screaming, shaking her fists, doing all that
standing
stuff.
behind podiums,
Yeah,
wearing glasses in tailored suits.
What would you say is a defining moment in the timeline of your love for Lady Gaga? Like, can you remember a particular memory where you associate like a Lady Gaga song with that, or like where it just means something really special to you?
Born This Way.
Ah, yeah, of course.
Oh my goodness, that was when I started, that was 2011 when I started to admit to myself, like, oh, crap. Like, literally sobbing, hearing the lyrics to this song, like, I was born this way. And just like on the whole video and everything as well, just made me cry because she was amazing.
I love that video.
But yeah, that song is 100%. It's such a pivotal, and it's so pivotal for her career, but so pivotal for my personal journey, I guess, as well. Yeah, it was very, very special when that song came out.
And yourself, Jake?
A special moment. See, it's very hard to pick one. I
Yeah,
feel like
yeah.
every time I listen to Gaga, it's a special moment. Like, you know, I don't know. Like, she's, because I've loved her for so long now. It's been like, what, 10 years? Like,
Yeah.
she's so ingrained in my life that like she's just always sort of there. So it's just like I can't even remember like how it even became to be because like she's just there.
Is.
Omnipresent. She's always ready.
Exactly. What's yours?
I think for me, like in the lead up to the Born This Way release, like the album, I think we've spoken about this previously, but like I have never been more excited for the release of an album than I was for Born This Way. And like during that time, the months leading up to it, like I was just so excited. And to me, I was out at that stage, but it just meant so much to me because I was like, I'm in love with this artist. Everything she brings out is amazing, and I'm so excited. And I was feeling really like empowered as well. Like she brought out a few singles, and I was feeling really great. And I also at that stage had a Twitter account that actually was dedicated to her. And I used to tweet. I probably could drag up some of the tweets if you want to, I don't know.
Were you a little
anyway,
monster, like online?
I was.
A Stan account?
My Stan account was called Maddie Monster, but don't look it up. And I used to tweet things like, you know, if she was up for some award, like I'd be hashtagging the crap out of that and like trying to get it,
Oh my goodness.
That was during the period of in the lead up to the Born This Way release. So that for me is like significant. Eggs is a bit cringy to think back on, but also because like, oh no, I was like really like, it was significant.
Oh, bless you. Well, we were the same, just on our personal accounts, so it's like probably worse.
I was shameless.
At least you had a burner.
Oh my goodness. I've recently looked up some of those old tweets. I haven't deleted them yet, so they're there.
Don't ever delete them.
But
Never.
like when I'm tweeting at Lady Gaga, I just thought, oh, it was so cringe. But also like quite sweet in a way because I guess for me at that stage, like it really obviously meant so much to me that I had someone to connect to. Because even though I was out, I didn't like have a big circle of queer people in my life.
Yeah.
So it was nice to, kind of have that as my link to feeling, you know, self-acceptance and that kind of stuff.
Yes, well, speaking of that, actually, that triggers my memory. Because have you ever searched your username in Twitter and then like a word or something?
To see if you've written
to see if you've written something. So mine was Demi Lovato.
Yeah.
And this was actually so, because Demi like came out as bi and like all these things. And so I was like going through it with her, like 2011, 2012. And there's just all these tweets of me just saying like, I love you so much, Demi. Like, you're so beautiful.
That's what I was like. I was very,
But like the most sincere, cringy, like, I will dedicate my life to you, Demi. Like.
Well, actually, speaking of Demi, that's what I was going to ask about. So we mentioned, obviously, we kind of name dropped Brittany and like Lady Sovereign as well, which thank you for reigniting that.
There you go, man.
But like over the decades in the past, aside from Lady Gaga, who have been some of the other kind of key queer icons, like divas, like people that, you know, who would you consider to be up there? Like Cher, obviously. Like who else would you maybe?
Well, yeah, Kylie, Cher, like the people that I tend to gravitate towards the people that are more for us, our generation.
Yeah.
So like Gaga and like for me another one is like Kesha too. Like Kesha's
Kesha.
always been, like she's like she will wear this
Always.
rainbow everywhere she goes.
Yeah,
like,
that's
you know,
true.
names her album Rainbow. Like
Yeah.
it does it all. Like you know, yeah, definitely.
I think, yeah, recently as well, even people like, Harry Styles is one. He's like, I mean, he's just doing his thing, but he like wears the rainbow flag everywhere as well.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's fabulous, a name drop for him. Someone that's not a diva at all, but who was always been there for, or not always, was there for me in the start, Tila Tequila.
Oh my goodness, Tila Tequila, who's now very problematic.
Extremely problematic.
Wow,
but she had a
yeah.
couple of great songs online back in the day.
Back when she had her MTV career, was she actually seminal like when you were in terms of your own sexuality? Like would you?
Yeah.
Wow,
Totally,
yeah.
100%. I was obsessed with her.
I think my sister, who's queer as well, watched that show, like A Shot at Love. Just in case anyone doesn't know, Tila Tequila was the host of a show called A Shot at Love with Tila Tequila, which was a bisexual dating show, which was quite cool.
Like The Bachelor.
Like The Bachelor, but she could choose between men and women. However, since then, she's now become...
We don't talk about her.
We don't talk about her. She's become very problematic. But that's, I mean, in a way, like even for that moment in time, like, that's quite cool.
What about yours?
Yeah, I mean, it's really just been Lady Gaga. Before that, Mariah Carey, actually. That'd probably be another one.
Oh my
Mariah
goodness,
Carey,
how could we
I love.
forget?
Her voice is just amazing. Like, I mean, I still am, but like, that's probably the other one. And Whitney, like all the big voices I really always liked.